question. I have also recorded the statistic question. I'm also recording this, number 22. Now, two towns A and B. You have two towns. Draw two towns A and B. Draw them like that. Draw them on a straight line. Are these 60 kilometers apart? These 60 kilometers apart. They are these 60 kilometers apart. Mr. Maria left A. Mr. Maria left A at 8:15 a.m. towards B at an average speed of 90. Speed was 90 kilometers per hour. After 2.5 hours, a minibus left B. Minibus. At an average speed towards A, at an average speed of 110. The speed yake is 110 kilometers per hour. That is a minibus. There are two things to consider in this question. Before you go to that question, at what time did the two vehicles meet? One is the time difference. These two vehicles did not leave A and B at the same time. This one left at 8:15, and this one left after 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours means 2.5 means 2 hours. A third of 60. That is 2 hours, 20 minutes. It left after this time. It left that town after 2.5, 2 hours, 20 minutes. So the questions are: at what time did the two vehicles meet, and how far from A did they meet? Let's stop sharing so that I can discuss this. Now, this minibus left after 2 hours, 20 minutes. So what time did the minibus leave B? You take 8:15 a.m., you add 2 hours, 20 minutes. This is 10:35 a.m. So the minibus left at 10:35 a.m. That's the time the minibus left B. And what distance had the Mr. Maria covered by 10:35? Let's see. By 10:35 here, this 10:35 a.m. What distance did Mr. Maria cover? Distance is equal to speed times time. Monane. Distance equals to speed times time. So the distance will be, the speed of this one was 90. It took 2 hours, 2.5, because that's what the examiner is saying, after 2.5 hours. So it is, what's the time? Multiply that, Mary. It traveled for 210 kilometers. This is 210. That's 210 kilometers. This is 210 kilometers. Are you together? That is 210 kilometers. Then, for you to know the time they met, in this case, you must use the distance apart, or the relative speed. Distance apart at 10:35. This 10:35, this 10:35. What's the distance apart? Distance apart would be what? Time met. Time taken to meet. Taken to meet. Will be equal to distance apart or relative speed. So this one I'm writing dA. In this case, it represents the distance apart. So there's a 360 minus 210, which becomes 150 kilometers. So they met, the distance apart was 150 kilometers. All over the relative speed. Relative speed, traveling in this opposite direction, you are supposed to add this from A and this from B. So our relative speed in this case will be 110 minus 90. This 110 minus 90. 110 minus 90. That's, sorry, not minus, but plus, because it is opposite direction. Opposite direction. You are supposed to add. You add. So 110 plus this one, you get 200 kilometers per hour. That's the speed. That's the relative speed, 200 kilometers per hour. So the time taken to meet, distance apart, or relative speed. So it is 150 over 200. So 150 divided by 200. You get 150 divided by 200. You get 0.75. 0.75 hours multiplied by 60. Wonder how many minutes? Time was 45 minutes. They took only 45 minutes to meet. And that time is from when? So after 10 minutes, Kijikata, please join again. So 45 minutes. It is from 10:35. It is from 10:35. So time met, because that's the question. At what time did the two vehicles meet? The two vehicles met at 10:35 plus 45 minutes. And you take that. Time met. At what time did the two vehicles meet? 10:35 plus 45 minutes. Time met. Time met. Time met. It is 10:35 a.m. plus 45. So this becomes 0. Carry 1, 80. Carry 2 goes off 1 hour, 60 minutes. This is 10:11. So the two vehicles met at 11:20. 11:20 a.m. That's the time they met. Time met 11:20 a.m. Sawa sawa. Masha, si tuko sawa pamoja? Manana, si tuko pamoja? You can react. You can show by the reaction there. So that's what you get. So the first thing it is to calculate time difference. The time difference is 2.5 hours. So the minibus left A, no Samaria, left A at 8:15 towards B. And then a minibus left after 2.5 hours. So the minibus left after 2 hours, 20 minutes, which was, you add to this one, you get 10:35 a.m. So this 10:35 and this 10:35. 10:35, what distance did the Samaria cover? Is distance equal to speed times time. So speed yake equal 90 times 2.5. We got to 10. So distance apart at 10:35 is 360 minus 210. You get 150. So to find the time taken to meet, it's distance apart or relative speed. 150 over 200. 150 over 200 kilometers. So you divide by that, kilometers per hour, you get 0.75 hours. 0.75 hours, if you multiply this by 60, you'll get 45 minutes. So from 10:35, they met after 45 minutes. You add to this. That's time taken to meet. That's time met. Next, question B. How far from A? How far from A did they meet? So how far from A did they meet? It's this distance from A. Gani ilikuwa imetoka A? Ni Msamaria. So itakuwa 210 kilometers plus. This was traveling at a speed of 90 times 45 times 0.75 or 45 over 60. If you want to do that, because they met after 45 minutes. So 45 over 60, that's 3 over 4 hours, which is 0.75 times the speed of the car that was leaving A. You get this one plus 210 because it had already traveled 210 kilometers. If the examiner was asking the distance where they met from B, ikekuwa 0.75 times the speed of the one that was leaving B, which was 110. It would be just 0.75 times 110, if it is distance from B. But because it's distance from A, you calculate from the car that left A. So therefore, you get what? You get 90 times 45 over 60. You get 67 and a half. So 210 plus 67.5 plus 210. You get 277 and a half kilometers. So the answer is 277 and a half 277.5 kilometers. Masha, I hope I have explained that question very well. Very well, I know that. So that question, so that's what you do. So how far from A did they meet? It is 210, goes to travel 210, plus this other distance, which is 90 times 45 over 60. You get to 77.5 kilometers per hour, kilometers. So that one. Then question C. Question C. That's the question C. A motorist started from his home at 10:30 on the same day towards B at an average speed of 100 kilometers per hour. And arrived B at the same time as Musa Maria. Calculate the distance from A to his house. A to his house. Why we are meaning this, his house is between A and B. But they arrived at the same time as Musa Maria. Can you calculate the time Musa Maria arrived? Musa Maria, the distance was 360 divided by 90. That's 4 hours. So it took 4 hours for Musa Maria to arrive. So what time did Musa Maria arrive? That's a simple, very simple question. That's a simple question. Go this one. This is A, this is B. Musa Maria left at 8:15 a.m. Musa Maria left 8:15 a.m. And arrived and was traveling at a speed of 90. Distance was 360. It equals 360 kilometers. 360 kilometers. Well, the time was what? 360 divided by 90. The speed was 90. So time was 360 over 90. You get 4 hours. You want to see what time Musa Maria arrived? The time Musa Maria arrived was 8:15 plus 4 hours. That was 12:15 p.m. Musa Maria arrived at 10:15. The motorist left at 10:30. Motorist left 10:30. And motorist was traveling at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour. 100 kilometers per hour. That was a motorist. 100 kilometers per hour. So what time did the motorist take to travel from home to B? It is 12:15 minus 10:30. Please calculate that. The time difference. Go this to the motorist. So that the time that you get multiplied by 100, that one you get the distance from A to the motorist. So 12:15 minus 10:30. This is 5. About 1 hour here. You get 60. 60 plus 15, 75. 75 minus 30, 45. That's 45. So this one would be 11 minus 10. That's 1. So the motorist took 1 hour, 45 minutes. The motorist took 1 hour, 45 minutes from home to B. And what was the speed for this? So therefore, distance is equal to speed times time. The speed of the motorist was 100 times time, 1 hour, 45 over 60. Because these are 45 minutes. 1 hour, 45 over 60. 145 divided by 60. You get 0.75 plus 1. You can multiply now 100 times 1.75. You get that was 175 kilometers. While your motorist upper 175 kilometers from A. Well, 175 kilometers. (175 kilometers). 175 kilometers. That's how.